Anyone who's tried to quit smoking or lose weight or exercise more can attest to how difficult making those changes can be. One University of Michigan researcher has devoted his career to helping us succeed at changing bad habits. And the inspiration for his work couldn't be more personal. Jimmy Rhodes has the story.
Smoking and cancer, obesity and type 2 diabetes, diet and cholesterol, stress and hypertension. Every day, millions of people make billions of simple, small choices that, over time, can have serious health consequences. And as a society, we all share the costs. But anyone who's tried to quit smoking cold turkey, stay on a long-term diet, or bring balance to an overpacked schedule knows how hard breaking bad habits can be. So, are we doomed to never change?
Change to me is such an interesting thing. That's what really drew me to this field. The ability to make a conscious choice in your life, that I'm going on this course and suddenly I'm going to correct that and go on this course. And there's something kind of magical about that to me.
Dr. Vic Strecher founded the University of Michigan's Center for Health Communications Research in 1985 with the hope that by better understanding the dynamics of change, he could find ways to motivate people to make better decisions about their health.
When you arrived as a field, what was the state of the research? How did you find it?
When I got into this field, everybody was using group therapy to help people change. So if I was a cigarette smoker, if I was overweight, if I had an alcohol problem, if I wanted to manage my stress, I could try to do that myself with almost no help whatsoever, no knowledge of what to do. Or I could go to some group therapy, usually run by a psychologist. And this would be pretty expensive, pretty intense, involving a lot of effort, and almost nobody ever went to those programs. So fewer than 1 in 1,000 people actually quit smoking using some group therapy program. So right away I could see this isn't really reaching the public. Now I could just hand pamphlets out to everybody saying, here's how to quit smoking, but then suddenly the intervention that I built, the program that I developed, wouldn't be effective at all. So I kind of had this conundrum. There were high reach programs like pamphlets, pamphlet racks, that had almost no efficacy at all. They didn't change behavior. Or there were highly efficacious programs that no one went to.
Well, there are some people who would say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, that people get set in their ways and habits are nearly impossible to break. What have you found? Because you brought up willpower.
We found that willpower actually doesn't seem to work. In fact, we haven't even been able to put our finger on what willpower really is or means. What we have found is that people's confidence is incredibly important. If I don't think that I can change a behavior, I'm not going to even try. So in terms of behavior change, we have to do two things. We have to build a person's confidence by giving them skills. And second, we need to tap into their intrinsic motivation, which relates to kind of their core values.
As you'd probably guess, intrinsic motivations and core values can't be mass-produced.
Hey Al, how's it going, man?
Hey Vic.
One of the things that we've learned over the last 20 years is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to behavior change, that everybody seems to need their own specific type of tailored intervention.
Here, we're identifying what stage they're at.
So this is where they are. So this is where you are initially, I suppose.
Right.
And then if you're going to see your doctor, you could be at that stage.
Exactly. And then,
so we have to think about how we're going to tailor this information, what we're going to tailor on, and how well we measure this. Nice. I like the idea.
Tell me about the space. What goes on here?
Well, first of all, this space has people who do software engineering. There are artists here, there are behavioral scientists here, there are all sorts of different groups, designers. We put them all under the same roof, all working together on common projects. So as soon as you have an idea, you bring a team together, you say, what do you think about this idea? And you have these different disciplines working together right away.
Shannon Considine is part of Vic's team at the Center for Health Communications Research. On a tour of a digital health module, she emulates a rebellious and reluctant user on baseline queries and receives follow-up questions and messages tailored to that personality type.
So the next thing I see is a series of motivation questions. How motivated am I to quit smoking? How motivated am I to start taking my controller meds and to carry my rescue meds?
If 1 is not motivated and 10 is very motivated, what number are you?
And so that you can see what the resistant and the rebellious kids see, I'm going to say that I'm low on all 3 of these scales.
Right. And baseline motivation is kind of a key toward making a behavior change.
Absolutely. So this is the edgy character.
All right, if you're anything like me, you don't like being told what to do.
And there was actually 2 videos that were recorded for every single animation. So what you're seeing is the edgy character voice, the rebellious voice. We also have one that's the non-rebellious. So we can have students who are resistant or relapsed, but are on the non-rebellious scale. So we wanted to make sure that we had the appropriate animations for them as well.
So you have this really complicated filtering technique so that a very targeted message comes to the user.
So there's a pretty complex algorithm behind scenes that's going on that tells me, is it a boy or a girl? Are they rebellious or not rebellious? And are they resistant, relapsed, or not?
These tailored messages are based on huge amounts of research and the work of a diverse team at the Center for Health Communications Research. The modules are significantly more effective than generic approaches at changing health choices in order to improve public health. But before they were available online, the public was effectively boxed out.
A research question may take 3, 4, 5 years to answer, and then it may take another year to analyze all the data and to get those data, the results finally published in a great journal. So, and then after that, a handful of people may actually read that article, and even a smaller group, a very small proportion of those people, may have any ability to take the results and enact some new program as a result of that.
You're funneling it to a narrower and narrower audience at every step of that process.
Well, it became very frustrating for me.
Sure.
I started thinking about my own mission in my life and my own career and asking myself, is this something that I really want to be doing for the rest of my life? Publishing articles, getting grants, and hoping, just hoping, that other people take the results of my research and turn it into something real.